Hello friends, welcome to the channel. So guys, today we are going to talk about the triggers. So triggers are essential for automating processes like when certain database events occur like inserting or updating or deleting records. So then we are going to use the trigger. Okay. So let's see the types of triggers. So we have before insert trigger, before update triggers, then before delete triggers, and then after insert triggers, after update triggers, and after delete triggers, and after undelete triggers. Okay. So these are the various triggers. So let's see what each trigger does. So before insert trigger, before insert trigger executes before a new record is inserted into the database. So common use case of before insert trigger is validate data or set default values before saving to the database. Okay, so let's see the example of before insert trigger. Okay, so let me go to the setup, and here Apex triggers. Okay, let's go to the developer console and create a trigger. That's the best practice. Okay, the shortcut is commando to view like whatever existing classes are present, triggers are present, all these things you can see here. And let's go and create a trigger file, new apex trigger. So here let's give the name of the trigger. Let's say I want to create a trigger on account object, and I will name this as account before insert trigger. Okay, account before insert trigger. So uh, let's write the trigger. So as we discussed, before insert trigger is to validate or set default values before record is saved to the database. So whenever let's say if you are creating a record, and when you click and fill the details, and after filling the details, when you go and click on hit on the save button, so before hitting that save buttons, whatever the operations happen in before trigger. So let's write a code and check, see this. Okay, so for account, variable is acc trigger dot new. Okay, in trigger dot new we get the new set of records. So after this, if, let's say if industry is not null, and if industry is I mean if industry is null, equal to null, then industry should be technology. Let's put that condition. Okay, so here what you have to do is if acc dot industry, if acc dot industry not equal to null, if acc dot industry is sorry, not it should be equal to null. If acc dot industry is equal to null, it should be double equal to. Okay, so if it is equal to null, then in that case add some value over there. So let's say I want to add a value of technology. So then acc dot industry will be technology. Okay, put the semicolon. Okay, let's save it. There are no errors. So let's test this scenario. Okay, 1 second. Count object, and in account object, let's try to insert a record. Okay, so this is are actually the record types what I have created. Let me select any of the record types. So where is the industry field here? Actually, I think I have given multiple fields here. So many fields are there in this record type. Let me select this one, a simple record type. Yeah, this is simple. Okay, in this, where is industry? Yes, industry. What I have taken is technology. Okay, so if I say save this record and don't insert anything, account name is testing before insert. Account name is testing before insert, and I have made this active. And technology, I will not be selecting anything. Industry, I'll not be selecting anything. So let's see if technology is getting populated or not. I'll just save the record. And you see technology got populated here. So this is because of insert trigger. Okay, so so this explanation it can be because like the trigger is setting a default industry for account records to technology. Like if the field is blank, if it sees that the field is blank, it will go to the before insert trigger, and there it will process the logic and then it will insert. Okay, and let's go to the next one. So the next one is before update. Okay, so before update executes before an existing record is updated. Okay, so if let's say this is the existing record, and if we are doing any updates in this record, then before update will fire, and whatever the logic written in before update will be triggered. Okay, so what are the common uses of before update trigger? So the common uses are like it will perform the data validation or modify data before changes are committed, such as checking for duplicate records and all. So in those scenarios we use before update triggers. Okay, so let's go and see the example of before update trigger. file new apex trigger. So let's write this trigger on account only, account object, and I'll name this as account before update. Okay, account before update. Okay, so what I will do is so before update, I will be checking like if annual revenue is less than 10,000, then I will set annual revenue must be at least 10,000. Like I'll throw an error. Okay, if before saving the record, it will check if the annual revenue is less than 10,000, then it will throw error that annual revenue must be at least 10,000. Okay, so this is on before update. Okay, so again we will run a for loop here for account acc trigger.new. For account acc trigger.new, it will get the new records. Okay, logic is if acc.annual revenue, acc dot the field name of annual revenue. So standard objects have field name and custom objects has API name. So as this is the standard objects, we are using the field name annual revenue. If acc.annual revenue is less than how much? 10,000, then in that case acc dot add error. Okay, so what will be the error? Annual revenue must be at least $10,000 or rupees, anything. Annual revenue must be at least okay, and not to forget the semicolon. Okay, so this trigger will check if annual revenue field on account records is below $10,000. Then it will prevent the update. Like if it does not meet the threshold, it will show the error message. So let's go and test this. That is the full annual revenue. Okay, so annual revenue is, let's say, if I'll put $9,000. Okay, 9,000, and if I save, uh, trigger should run after update. Sorry, before update trigger should run, and it should throw the error. Let's see. Okay, see, our trigger is running now. Annual revenue must be at least $10,000. So if we put more than 10,000, it will, what will happen is it will save, let's say 10,000 1. Okay, and now if I try to save it, it will save because of the criteria. The criteria says that this is more than 10,000, so now it got saved. So this is nothing but uh, before update trigger. Okay, and now after this we are going to see before delete trigger. Okay, so what happens in before delete trigger? It will execute before a record is deleted. If any record, if let's say if we are going to delete it, this trigger will go and fire. Like any actions if you want to perform when that record is going to the recycle bin, so this will fire. So common use is like restrict deletion if specific conditions are not met. If any conditions are not met, then it will restrict the deletion of that. It will not allow to delete the trigger. Okay, like preventing the deletion of records tied to essential business functions, then this will be helpful. Okay, so let's go and see the example of before delete trigger. Okay, file, new, apex trigger. So I will name this trigger as contact before deletion. Okay, contact, and make sure there is no space in between. Contact before deletion. Okay, and this trigger will be on contact object. This trigger is on contact object, and this will fire on before delete event. Okay, so what scenario we can think of is okay, let's say there is a contact, and if that contact does not have an account ID. Okay, if account ID is null for that contact, then we will not allow that this record to be deleted, that contact to be deleted. If we want to delete the contact, account should be present, because account is a parent of contact. Okay, so if parent is not present, if account is not present, then we will not allow that contact to be deleted. Okay, so that's the scenario. So let's write the logic for that. So again, start with the for loop for contact con, and because it is before delete, we have to use trigger dot old. Okay, so here the logic will be in trigger dot old records. If con dot account id, if con dot account id is not equal to null, sorry, I think we will have to implement the opposite what I said. That means if contact is having the account, then don't delete it. If contact is not having the account, then delete it. Let's implement that way, it will be better. So I have put contact dot account id if it's present, if it's not null, then con dot add error cannot delete contact associated with account. Okay, Let's save this. Okay, this got saved, and now let's go and test it. Let's find this contact. Let's see if there are any contacts without an account. You can see here is this contact having this account name, okay, and this dummy contact, this does not have an account name. So let's open these both. Okay, so as per our logic, if we delete this, it should not get deleted because this is having the account associated with it, and this is not having account, so this should get deleted. So let's delete this. Okay, it's taking time. See, it got deleted. That got deleted, and you see the message. And here, if we try to delete this, technically our trigger should prevent the delete. Our trigger should prevent the delete. So delete. See, cannot delete contact associated with account. Okay, where this error message is coming from the trigger what we have written. Okay, so this is the use of before delete trigger. Okay, now what all we have covered? We have covered before insert, before update, and we have covered before delete. Okay, and there are other scenarios, which is after insert, after update. Okay, so that I'll be covering in the next video. After delete trigger, then after undelete trigger, that I'll be covering in the next video, which I'll be posting tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this video. So let's meet soon. Until, take care and bye bye.